Make these mistakes and you'll literally be destroying any long-term profitability that you're hoping for. Learn what they are, how to spot them, and how to not make them, and you will go far in the crypto game. And make sure you stick around to the end for one of the most common mistakes that crypto investors make. Wagwarn people, welcome back. For those of you who don't already know, my name is Benje. I'm a business owner and a third-year university student. Here, I aim to help you make more bread by sharing my own struggles, experiences, and advice. Alright, boom. So in this video, I'm going to be talking over 5 crypto mistakes that you must avoid if you're hoping for any long-term success with investing. All these mistakes are hella common, especially for beginner investors, but it's all good making mistakes as long as you rectify them and learn how to stop making them. That's why I'll be talking over the solutions in this video as well. Now, the first mistake is something I'm sure absolutely everyone who's watching this video has done at some point, and it's panic selling. When you're too emotionally attached to your investments, it's inevitable that at times your brain and your heart will be telling you to sell at a loss. A way to avoid this is to always do your due diligence on all of your cryptocurrency investments. I personally look at the fundamentals of a coin, read the white paper, and learn any of the current and future real world uses. You should then use this research to form a strategy for your investments and a price target. This will help remove all the emotion from your investment, and so panic selling and them thoughts there will subside. Whenever you're thinking of panic selling, you always just want to ask yourself, has anything changed? Have the fundamentals changed? Anything that you found out in your research changed? If it hasn't, then you've got no reason to sell. You should remain confident in your strategy, in your investment, and see these pullbacks, dips, and corrections as times to buy more. I absolutely love when there's market crashes and corrections because it means that I can buy more of my positions while they're on sale, and sometimes even lower my cost base if some of my investments are in the red. Mistake number 2, and one of the absolute most common mistakes made by investors, is FOMO, the fear of missing out. The feeling itself is completely natural. It happens to absolutely everyone in everyday life, but it especially happens within cryptocurrency investments. Of course, if we see others make hundreds, thousands, millions, whatever, of certain coins and investments, that'll make us want to buy in. I can guarantee we've all thought, oh, I wish I grabbed Bitcoin back in 2015, or I wish I bought Dogecoin back in January. And this feeling right here is what caused a lot of people to lose money. Way more often than not, when the hype is already there and you haven't done research into the crypto, the majority of the gains have already gone. An example is Bitcoin. While many think it still has a long way to run in terms of its price, if you were to buy it back on my 18th birthday in 2017 and held it until now, you'd be sitting on gains of over 600%. However, at current prices, in order to receive the same 600% return investment, Bitcoin would need to go from around $37,000 all the way up to $259,000. Basically what I'm trying to say is if something has run in the past, sometimes it's best to just look for the next big and best investment. The Bitcoin scenario is exactly the same with Dogecoin and every other crypto that has a whole heap of hype around it. Long story short, if the hype is there, it's often too late. You've got to weigh up the risk versus reward. The third mistake is something called shiny ball syndrome. This is the name commonly given to this phenomenon whereby individuals constantly change their goals or focus every time they see a new shiny ball of potential. In today's day and age of social media and connectivity, it's hella easy to become influenced by others and what you see them doing, especially in terms of investments. When you're influenced, it's very easy to jump from one investment to the next, and so on, usually looking to chase the next big hot crypto. Don't get it twisted. Learning off others and changing your investment strategy can be very beneficial from time to time, but it cannot be done blindly. When it's done blindly, you may see yourself succumbing to the same consequences that come with FOMO. As well as this, the high level of investment turnover, aka lots of buying and selling, is likely to become expensive in the long run. Personally, I don't often have many new investments to my crypto portfolio. Instead, I continue to dollar cost average into my positions that I already hold on dips, corrections, pullbacks, crashes, etc, etc. This can be seen as a good or bad thing depending on your own personal investment strategy. I do, however, keep a lot of cryptocurrencies on my radar and do love to see what other people are invested in. I'll watch the price action as well as any news surrounding them, but if I do add a new investment to my portfolio, I'll make sure I've done my full research with a strategy and a price target. Crypto investing mistake number 4 is not having an exit strategy. It's so easy to know when you're buying, what price you're buying, like you're buying strategy, but when it comes down to it, the majority of people don't know when to sell. As Jesse Livermore once said, no one ever went broke by taking a profit. You should have a plan for when you will sell, when you will take profits, all of that, so you don't get greedy when you see your investments running and instead continue to hold until you've actually lost all of that profit again. Sometimes you are just forced to sell out of your crypto positions due to changes in circumstances or real world uses, etc. But more often than not, you will need a clear exit strategy and price target so you know when to leave that investment and get into the next one. My strategy does vary from coin to coin and crypto to crypto, but being a long-term investor, I typically look to lock in profits when my investments are 100% up and keep the rest of the money in there completely risk-free. I'll then take the money that I moved out and put it into my next investment. Sometimes I will sell out on a full position, but more often than not, I do like to keep some money in there risk-free, just growing for the long term. Mistake number 5 is not considering taxes. It's one of the most important things to think about when investing into cryptocurrencies, but so many people disregard the fact that they need to even pay taxes. Everyone's tax situation is different, but it is vitally important, and I cannot stress this enough, to know how much tax you may owe based upon your crypto investments. Unlike with stocks though, crypto does not have any tax advantage accounts like ISAs where you're able to legally avoid paying taxes. But with crypto accounts, you'll be subject to taxes on actual realized gains, so the profits you've locked in over the tax-free allowances set by the government. At the time of recording this video, this sits at £12,300, but you have to be careful as it takes into account any other investments or income from capital gains like stocks or property that you've sold that is not your home. Your actual realized gains also includes the times when you sell off one crypto and invest it into another, or just straight transfer it from one to another. You need to be very careful about this. So there are 5 of the most common mistakes made when investing into cryptocurrencies. If after watching this you want to learn how to do better research and due diligence into cryptocurrencies, be sure to check out this video. Love to everyone who's watched this far, and we will see you again soon.